Right then, good morning guys. Let's kick things off because I've had ultimate espressos and I'm ready to go. So let's get cracking and check some data and order flow together with fresh pair of eyes on this beautiful Friday morning. Welcome in everybody to the TRDR Console, best data out there for your trading and investing. If you are unfamiliar with this platform, get familiar with it. You need it in your life. Go grab a free link for a trial from below, okay? We've also got a lot of free stuff going on in here as well. We've got the Academy section, so lots of free stuff in here. Nice risk reward course there by CoinCarl. We've got DK's, the OG DK. Top boy at TRDR, his order book overlay, which gives you all the information you need to know to navigate around this platform. We've also got some free stuff, some old school stuff from Bennett Steinbach here. We've got my free videos, go check those on YouTube as well. But if you're really struggling and you need some really in-depth edge in your trading and investing, go check out this course that we all put together. A lot of detail and work gone in that, and also been posting a lot of stuff in the private Academy Discord as well, part of the TRDR console, so you will get access to that as well. All right guys, so go and check that out if you will, please. Share with everyone this platform. Don't believe in alpha decay whatsoever, because people still 100x leverage trade at the wrong points in time anyway. This data will just give you a little bit more edge in, well, a lot more edge in your trading, to be honest. So jump in and get involved. If you are already involved, give us a shout. We need to automate this, to be honest. I'll speak to the guys. But starting to, now that the market's getting a little bit more active, I think the market's looking pretty good at the minute, to be honest. After this boring grind down that I do have to say that we were looking for at 72k weeks ago, we were all hedging positions and looking to risk off some long exposure. Okay, back at the top, now looking for a little bit of risk on, to be honest. But day trading wise, I'm going to start posting a little bit more in the private section of the Discord. ETH and BTC were hitting some supply yesterday. If you're in here, you will have seen that. Just as we were hitting that CPI, posted this for the guys and girls in there saying, look, I think we can just basically got a bit of a meme triangle going on. Not the best to see this when you're in a downtrend. So just to highlight, higher time frame, I still think we look good, to be honest. Bullish higher time frame, but lower time frame, nothing wrong with playing these levels at all. So I was looking for a take up of this order block and then come down. Subsequently, we are coming down now. Okay, so really testing some levels now. We'll see where we go. Nothing too extravagant, to be honest. We're just sat below here, a bit of a meme triangle, haven't we? You know, you could do this sort of thing, couldn't you? I'm not really into price patterns too much, but I pay attention to them because I know other traders do as well. So remains to be seen what we've got going on here. We're just hitting a 1 hour order block here. While we are in trading view, before we jump back into the order flow in the TRDR console, while we're in trading view, we may as well just have a look at a few classic tier levels. So this was our SFP of the highs here, swing failure pattern of the highs right onto that order block. So really good risk reward. Of course, I was eating lunch right at that point. So didn't get the optimal entry. Told the guys in the Discord that. I said, look, if you were watching this at the time, you'll have all got a miles better entry than me if you were just day trading that. And we've come down. So nice to see it play out. Where do we go from here? We'll have a look. Weekly open right back here in that 55.8 region. Let's just do a quick top down then, because we haven't done it in a little while, and just let's all familiarize ourselves with where we are. Go and grab a coffee, get comfy, get a cigarette, get a green tea, whatever your vice is, and let's settle in and have a look at some top-down levels, okay? So nowhere to cut it. The weekly looks pretty drastic. I've still got this fib time coming in for next week, and I've been chirping on about this for a while, but I think we might start to see some moves next week, okay? Never put too much emphasis on fib times and crystal ball stuff like this, but I think we can all appreciate that, you know, sometimes that classic TA can help us, along with the order flow and other confluences, to navigate our way around. So, yeah, no way to cut this, really. It's not looking too good, is it? This move down. But we are still on a higher time frame trend. We've lost this kind of support, which was back near, obviously, our all-time high areas here, and we're just deviating down. Ideally, let's run through this quickly. Ideally, best option would be a strong reclaim of that 60k, weekly 21, go and hold that level, and then get some further rotations up. That'd be really, really good. Can take a little bit of time. Let's just go to the daily level. Okay, so we're 82 days out from the BTC halving. Quite a long time out from the BTC halving historically here now, before putting in some further expansions of trend upwards. Just go and fact check me on that, but previous halvings 40-50 days maybe, and then we get some really, really solid moves up. But yeah, we'll see. Daily fib time coming in next week as well. Nice to see that. Okay, so yeah, let's base out this area. We are under some of your classic crystal ball moving averages here. We do need to reclaim those. Where are they coming in? 60k, 59, 60k again, and then monthly open still obviously hanging around at that 62.4. So base out, let's find some bid. We'll go check that in the order flow. Base out, maybe come and tickle this wick, daily wick again in the 53 level. I do like that level if we can go and find some demand down there. 4 hour looks shockingly disgusting because we're just hitting this downtrend. If you're holding spot and comfy, oh, I'm comfy and spot, mate. Oh, are you really? Great. I think it'd be good to load up a little bit more spot in this area, actually. So yeah, 4 hour order block. We have got, actually, if you're a TA nerd, a levels nerd like myself, for a deeper cut, we've actually got a monthly NPOC down there in the 51.8 area. I don't know if you're going to get down there in one clip after the devastation and liquidations we've already had, but we'll see. You know, I'm not. Yo, Joe, what's going on? Good morning. Give us a shout, whoever's in the chat. Let us know as I'm rambling on, as I do tend to do for a little bit. As I say, I've had double espressos. I think I was up at 4:30 this morning, you know. I think I was up at about 4:30 this morning. I was just straight on the espresso and having a look at what's going on in the markets. But sometimes it's like that. You just got to get involved, haven't you? Give us a shout in the chat. Let us know who is around, and if there's anything that we need to look at. All right, guys. So yeah, 4 hour downtrending since that 72k risk off area. All right, well below moving averages. Nowhere to shake it. I think this can still take a little bit of time. Grind out, base out this area, like I mentioned on Twitter. Basically, we are seeing some of the biggest bid we have seen in a long time, to be honest. We've had some mass liquidations and a lot of contracts have been wiped out the order books on higher time frames. So that's really, really nice to see. People in fear, not willing to commit back into the markets yet. So that's good, really, for risk on for me personally. Okay, 1 hour. Okay, just back to this quickly. We're just battling this area again. But yeah, 1 hour order blocks. Let's go and fill some wick space if we can, thank you, after that SFP. We could get a little rise up here again. Nothing wrong with that. Low volume European session we are in currently, not seeing any major edge in the market. Little day trades short from up here. Yeah, I would hold a bit of that, to be honest. I would hold a bit of that. Nothing wrong with that at all. So yeah, like mentioned in the Discord yesterday, ideally, I'd like to come and fill this wick on the 4 hour and the 1 hour time frames. So we're looking at mid 53k levels, okay, as mentioned in the Discord. If you're, you know, the trouble with this is, bear this level in mind, 53.5-ish, you know, it can go lower, it might not get there in one clip. We don't know, do we? We'll just watch the order flow as the day progresses. I probably won't particularly be watching it over the weekend, but bear those levels in mind, okay? Bear those levels in mind, and let's check out some let's go check out some order flow and order book levels in the console. Okay, so let's start with, I'm going to start with perps because they've been pretty dynamic here and they've just chucked this order block level in at 56k. So what I'm thinking is, if the Germans don't continue selling into BlackRock's stronger hands, we could, if we don't get any move today, with it being a Friday, we could just hang around here. Okay, I'm kind of not expecting a full ball breakdown here in one clip anyway. I just can't foresee it. And we, you know, generally, if you just look at this aggregated book depth, okay, aggregated, so spot exchanges, perps exchanges, we're in demand now. Okay, we are in a demand zone. So if we don't get any more violence today, then it could be just a boring weekend. In that case, manage your risk if you're willing to continue that hedge short position from this SFP here. If you're unfamiliar with what this is, obviously we are in the TRDR console. This is our BTC Diamond short setup. So BTC Diamond, give us a shout if you're unfamiliar with this. I can drop a link. Okay, so spot and perpetuals confluence of selling, confluence of offers into that SFP. Really nice to see that with your classic TA, whether you're into wave patterns, whether you use fibs, whatever you use, you need the confluence of the order flow as well. So really nice to see that yesterday, that we were looking for that move up in that meme kind of triangle into CPI data as everyone goes, yeah, really good CPI print, probably going to cut rates in the coming months, which they probably are. Absolutely fine with that. Everyone looks bullish. Let's go reclaim 60k and go. Well, we know different, okay, because we've got the order flow here. So really nice risk rewards here. This is your spot market. This is your perps market, okay, so good risk reward. What I'm trying to say is, if we don't get any move in the next 12 hours or so, and it might even be, it's probably going to be a boring European session. You're probably going to get some more volatility towards the US session and then at the close of the US session, to be honest. But if we don't get a move immediately, it's probably going to be a boring weekend. And Mondays have been quite entertaining recently, haven't they? So it's probably going to be a Monday move again if we don't get any move right now. Okay. One thing to say is, if I was hedging another cheeky short position there, which I am, I don't see any reason to close it yet, to be honest, right here, right now. Maybe we get some dynamic bid come in, solid bid, and they start to just hold this zone, then we'll have to have a rethink. But right here, right now, nothing to see, so bring it a little bit lower. Okay, so looking at spot market on Binance then, with it being one of the biggest exchanges out there, okay, we don't quite, if you're unfamiliar, we don't quite have all the book depth, as you can see here for Bybit. Unfortunately, they don't provide all book depth for us because they, I know some people love the exchange, don't they? I'm sure it's a good exchange. It's certainly got good liquidity and stuff, but they're quite shady providing their data with depth of book and liquidations and etc. Anyway, so key for me is Binance, Coinbase Pro. Coinbase Pro, I think, is taking a good market share as well at the minute. It's always been a good one. So let's have a look. Order blocks, 55k, 54k. So I'd like to come down. I know it's quite a bit of a clip to come down, isn't it? That's what I'm saying. I don't think we get it in one go. You know, 5% just to get down to 54, obviously. Do we get there in one go? Probably not. But I'd certainly be looking for some of these order blocks to get retested. If you use confluence of Binance Spot and Binance Perps, where do we see order blocks? Okay, so your first one's there, 55. I don't think that's particularly going to hold if we meet that one. Just be aware of that. I think you're more likely to come down a little bit lower. Perps traders do tend to get a little bit overly bullish a little bit too early. Okay, so I'd like to see a little bit of spot market come in and drive the next move. I think that would be best. Okay, confluence as well. Coinbase Spot. Okay, so Coinbase Spot, I've got those levels, 53k and 52. It doesn't mean we have to go and fill these orders, but maybe you come down and there's some aggressive bid down here into these levels, and then you get the bounce. What do we look for if we go down there? Go over to the volume as well, you know, look for some volume divergences as well. So 15-minute time frame, okay, so 15-minute time frame. We've hit that spot supply again, coming down. Let's have a look at volume together, okay? So what I'm thinking is, I mean, this looks really nice on here, doesn't it? What an absolute gem that was yesterday, beautifully. So we had slight volume CVD divergences yesterday as we hit that SFP up there, okay? I can draw that out for you. It's not too exaggerated on this profile because, as some people will tell you, I have a slightly slower look back on these CVDs, to be honest. But what you can see is just classic. So if you weren't looking at anything else, slightly higher high as you hit slight bearish divergences, spot supply, so slightly bearish divergences, and you get your BTC Diamond. You know, from your classic TA, you've got some order blocks up there as well, so really, really nice to see that. Thing I'm thinking about now is if we do get a nice downturn again and take some of those coins off the German boys and girls. Why they're selling? Fucking hellfire. I think they're selling for euros as well, paper money euros. Absolutely fucking brilliant. Larry Fink will be rubbing his hands with glee, won't he? So the thing I'm thinking, if we come down again, is we need to start building that recipe again. It's what I said on to the guys and girls on the Discord on Tuesday, was any kind of areas we were looking at back here in that 60k level all got it absolutely invalidated, of course, didn't they, as we drove price action back down. So you need to almost start building that recipe again. What do I mean by that? You need to see some bid, okay? You want them big liquidations. We've already had them, so maybe the liquidations get a little bit reduced, but we need to build these bullish divergences again, okay? So really, really simple. If you're going to come down again and meet some bid, okay, look for these bullish divergences, okay, from the bigger players. So 100k and over, which is the blue here, 100k and over spot orders, and I want to see nuked open interest, okay? And I want to see these guys happy to hold / add into positions with a nice grind up in open interest as well, okay? Nothing, again, like stated in previous live sessions, I don't want to see a violent move up in open interest. Nice steady flow of new contracts opening up in the market as these guys give us some bullish divergences. If we put in any immediate lows down there, that'd be really nice to see, okay? So that's volume, that's on a 1 hour basis, so nice and slow, nice and steady. That's what I want to see. One thing of note, higher time frame, is the order books did get absolutely wiped out, okay? So I'm just going to show you this on a daily time frame. I know you've all seen this, and I've been posting it in the Discord and the like before, but this is exactly what we like to see for risk on. So let's just go over this really quickly because I don't want to bore anyone that's familiar with this and has seen it a million times before from myself. But spot order books, they've had their selling, obviously. Perps market absolutely wiped out. Do we get another drive down and just come down and just tickle this zone? Areas that were, you know, or even drive below this zone. Areas that were not seen since that 25k level last summer going into Q3 of last year. You can see that spot market's driven down, and you can just see on this open interest RSI metric, okay, that we've absolutely nuked open interest, liquidations. I don't always trust the full data, and I don't mean from this console that we're using here, but I just mean from the exchange. I think the cheeky buggers don't provide full data, but we've had some really good liquidations down here as well. So another drive down with some lower liquidations as open interest comes down. That'd be really nice to see, okay? If you're not familiar with this template, just go and have a look at Liquidity King in the playlists from my channel. All right, guys, so higher time frame, I want to get a bit of risk on. Okay, so that's basically what we're saying. Higher time frame, I want to look at getting a bit of risk on. And I'll tell you now that Ethereum's looking the same as well as this. I'm not going to go over Ethereum too much on higher time frame basis. It's just been devastated back down to its range lows, pre-ETF news or anything. But Ethereum very much the same. So yeah, higher time frame, want to get a bit of risk on, lower time frame, nothing wrong with playing these levels whatsoever. And right here, right now, you're pretty much at the same price range that we were at the Asian session last night, Asian Open. So not a lot to do here. It's kind of what I always say, you know. If we're going to look for any kind of moves, I want a deviation out of this tiny little zone here. Okay, so a little bit lower or a little bit higher, that'd be really, really good. Veg food lover, are you a veg food? I'm a little bit vegetarian, I do have to say, only because my beautiful wife is pretty much vegetarian, pescatarian actually. Anyway, I'm going off subject. I do tend to do that, so you're gonna have to bring us back in line in the comments if I do. What the hell is Gary Network? What is the ticker? Is Gary a meme cat on Soyboy Solana by any chance? What is Gary Network? Give us the ticker. I can go and have a look if you want. Right, so yeah, point being, let me just go to a 5 minute, yeah? Quickly. Point being, I don't want to do any business, Bitcoin business, in here right now. Hedged short positions from the SFP, really, really good. Pretty much price has stagnated over the Asian session. I don't want to do any business here. If it rises up again, let's see if it hits any offers, or just let it come down, okay? Don't do any Bitcoin or any trading business when you just literally look left. Has it deviated out this little range? No, it hasn't. Right, just leave it alone for the time being. That's what I was saying to one of the guys in the Discord earlier, especially on low volume European sessions. Check your local timings, but as always, wait for about an hour or so before the US session. That's when you always get your volatility, CPI or not. Let's see what we get. Let's see what we get. ETH. Let's have a look at ETH. I'll have a look at Gary Network if you drop us a ticker. DW, yo, what's up? Tia. Oh, Tia's chart's looking really good now, actually, after it was getting absolutely slated on Twitter. I saw that. You know what? I'm not too familiar with the project myself. Should we go and have a? Should we mix it up? Should we not look at Vitalik's coin for a minute? Because I think it's probably going to do similar things to Bitcoin, and the levels are actually the same as well. Fuck it. Excuse my language. Let's have a quick look at ETH's doing the same thing. Look, the ETH was a great one yesterday. Posted that in the Discord as well. That, you know, whatever you think, I said to the guys, actually, I said, this is looking like a great short. It's hitting supply. It'll probably do what Bitcoin does. But I just mentioned yesterday, just be careful of any, you know, if you get some ETF news or something, that can really, really rip you apart. So obviously, manage your risk. Go check out the academy if you don't know how to manage your risk. What are you doing in the markets? ETH looks very similar. It's getting slight bid, but not too much really. And you know, how far does it go? Does it come back to these overall larger time frame range lows, which is 2800? Big order blocks down here. Again, I don't know if it can do it in one clip, so it might just be a grind kind of escalator price action down. But again, I certainly wouldn't. For me, I want longs on ETH, so higher time frame, daily, 4 hour. I want more longs and more risk exposure on ETH, on Sol, on BTC. But right here, right now, you know, you guys need to execute as best you can yourselves. Good book on that, actually. If you've never read it, go read The Art of Execution by Lee Freeman Shaw. Really, really good. There's tons of books out there, actually. I'll probably update the Discord list, actually. But, you know, you want to be executing as best as possible. So you want value, okay? You want value. Where's your value going to come? Well, right here, right now, it's going to come a little bit lower. Does it get to the 2800 order block in one go? No, probably not. But be patient, you know, especially if you're thinking, like I personally am. If you're thinking... I'm actually quite bullish for Q3, Q4, and actually over the next year or so, you know, you want good value, so you're gonna get that a little bit lower, I believe. I just want to have a quick look at ETH BTC, then we'll go and have a look at TIA, because it's a really nice order flow on that TIA chart, to be honest, DW. And if the veg food lover can provide us with a ticker for Gary, unless you're taking the piss and you just want me to go searching and it doesn't actually exist. ETH BTC, the 4-hour chart still looks good on ETH BTC. It's ranging, which is really, really good after the decimation it's had. No particular edge in the ETH BTC order flow right here, right now. Few little order blocks lower and a big fat one with some offers a little bit higher up. Let me just go and see what ETH BTC on Bitfinex is doing, because these guys and girls more often than not tend to get it right. Yeah, order blocks a little bit lower, so that'd be nice. Probably in confluence with the USDT levels as well that we were seeing. Let me just go and have a look at what Perps market's doing. Yeah, a little bit of bid here, isn't there? A little bit of bid here. But nothing of edge really that's certainly going to make me want to close any hedge positions or anything. Something of note as well is, let me just go to a 1 hour before we start looking at some absolute shit coins, is if you're unfamiliar with the aggregated depth, we now start to hit these moments where we hit aggregation, where you hit 1 billion, okay, 1 billion in the aggregated books, that spot and perps market. That tends to be our boundary parameter now for really, really, really good solid depth overall in the books. Okay, currently just tickling 500 million. Okay, so if this comes down with those bullish volume divergences and the depth, that's what you want to be looking for and playing off some of these order blocks. All right, so just wanted to point that out quickly as we start to come down. Thank you, BTC. Give us cheaper prices, please. We will take the coins off the Germans. Right, let's go and have a look at TIA, because it's actually on my list. I've only got a couple of alts that I was going to have a look at today, to be honest, and TIA was one of them, because whether you're a spot holder, you believe in the market, or you just want day trades, TIA's order flow is now coming in really, really nice. So there was these order blocks here that were just kind of like stepping in, but it was getting some absolute decimation, wasn't it? And yet, day trade scalp wise, I don't think there's been too much edge in it, unless you were playing little top levels like this on TIA. It absolutely wiped out, got its first like massive capitulation almost, didn't it? Probably this was actually peak crypto Twitter bearishness, and it started to fill some bid. I wasn't watching this at the time, and I don't think there was too much edge there, but if you were looking for a spot bid, that was certainly the most opportune moment. Thing to note was, and still is that the order blocks are actually chasing price up now. Okay, so 5.5 there, classic level. I never really like to bid on round number levels, to be honest. I'm a bit OCD like that. I'll go like 5.4895 or some shit like that. I don't like round numbers, but the bid is still following up, and it's coming into this demand zone. So not sure if this is going to hold or not, this entity here now at this 6.2 level, but if they do, this is where you want to be doing business. You want to be looking for this entity here to either fill his bid or defend this area. You can sometimes find that these order blocks actually don't get filled because the bid gets that aggressive that it don't quite get there, and you just rotate up. But this is the kind of zone you want to be looking for. We've already had a bounce on TIA, really, really nice. So even if you were just scalping, your risk reward wants to be under these order blocks. Just bear in mind, like I say, that they can fill, they can sometimes deviate below, especially on low liquidity alts, so just be aware of that. Again, manage your risk. But yeah, this is a nice area to be doing business on TIA after it's been smashed to bits. So perp trading, day trading, or spot, if you're interested in TIA, looks pretty good. Another one I wanted to look at was Jupiter. And basically, I don't even know if these guys have got, I've not been following along to see if they've got actually anything. Yeah, no worries, DW. Does that make sense? I mean, overall, TIA, yeah, it's getting bid up now. It really is. It's getting bid up. Again, I'm not familiar with the fundamentals on TIA. I say fundamentals loosely because we are trading magic internet beans, aren't we? But I guess you can have a certain amount of fundamentals on magic internet money. Can we? Can we say fundamentals? Do they have a balance sheet? Do they? But yeah. Anyway, oh god. Anyway. Yeah. I think there was they had some big staking planned, didn't they? Oh, I don't know. I'm going off subject. Jupiter, another one, really good spot. Spot chart, exactly what you want to see. A little bit messy, but all I want to say is people have been bidding this. So some good levels on Jupiter. Okay, I posted this in the Discord earlier as well. It's one of the, I'll go through some other alts, but it's one of the only alts that I quite like for a cheeky trade, to be honest. Double spot walls, so let it come down a little bit, okay? Especially if Bitcoin's going to come down. With this being a pretty, it doesn't do massive volume, does it? No, a pretty low liquidity altcoin. But we've got perps on it. We've got spot obviously, and we've got perps, Qcoin, Binance do perps on this as well. So this is your risk. This is your risk. These order blocks here. Be nice if it can come down. If it deviates these and really smashes into these order blocks, then that's going to be a great risk reward. But we'll just have to watch the order flow. Maybe it doesn't. That's why on stuff like this, I just watch it as it goes. I'm not really one for dropping limit orders in, gridding orders, or anything like that. I tend to just watch the price action and make a judgment, a little bit of a dynamic judgment as it's happening. And then if I do miss it, which I absolutely often do, if I do miss it, so be it. I'm not really one for trading. There's that many assets out there to trade. Look for something else, you know. But really nice. And what I just wanted to show you is the sort of thing I look for on this. Again, it looks like it's trying to base out after absolute. I don't think there's any edge in volume really. Yeah, I'd have to tweak the settings on volume for this. But open interest, absolutely nuked. I do like to see that. I don't like to see high open interest. I like to see all the contracts wiped out the market. Everyone's losing interest, okay? And funding's going negative. One thing I did want to show you was just basically a 4-hour chart. Let's have a look at that quickly. Geez, that was a big wick, wasn't it? Crikey, let's go fill that. Let's go fill that then. So from its inception, it's actually quite a nice chart. Up only, you know, you can never do classic tier on these sort of things, but rounds off, absolute runs and guns, then comes down, and basically all you've got to look for is a bit of the old classic tier, ignoring that wick. But this kind of absolute decimation, up, rounds off, comes down, downtrend for ages. This is a 4-hour chart. And then I like the way when these assets kind of just then start to base out at the lows like this. Let's pull the old fixed range and see what's going on here. Yeah, so basically these are your range lows. I won't stay on this chart too long and bore you all with classic tier ranges, but this is your range. Okay, let's just zoom into that a little bit. Point of control up there at 7.8, call it 7.8-ish, okay? So yeah, not surprised in the slightest to see bid and order blocks coming in and bidding this zone into the 0.7 region and defending this area. You know, it's the sort of thing you can see, come and fill that bid and go. And then you might even get that kind of, if you do miss that for any reason and you're a classic TA trader, which I'm not particularly, you might even get your back test and then go from there. So I do quite like this chart. Of course, it was the order flow that I was looking at first. So if we just bear these range lows in mind, 68, 69, 70, just going to get rid of that. Let's go back to that order flow and check it. Check it out. I've been listening to a bit of the Beastie Boys more a bit recently. Really good, actually, to revisit the old Beastie Boys. Yeah, so 0.7 is defended with those order blocks there. But as I said, bear in mind, you could get a deviation. So, you know, if you are going to trade this, you want the stops below here, really. If you are one for limit orders and gridding in, this is your zone. But just be aware, it can potentially deviate lower. All right. Right. Magic beans they are, aren't they? Come on. We're all here because we all love crypto. You know, I hope you're all in spot. I hope you're all invested. I hope you've all got spot bags, you know, for however long you've been with us in the industry. I'm more of a 2017 to 18 crypto for me. I've been trading since about 2015, 2016, I think. But I was a Forex and European indexes guy while still working a full-time job. Then saw how well crypto moved and thought, fuck this, what am I doing chasing pips on 0.025% moves? How many pips did you get today? But yeah, sorry, going on a bit. Yeah, magic internet beans. Yeah, I mean, basically we all love it, don't we? But, you know, let's not make no bones about it. Bitcoin's your hard asset. I don't even know what the fucking hell half of these other assets do. I think a lot of these assets, naming no names, Cardano, are probably going to disappear in the coming years, aren't they? Unless Charles Hodgkinson pulls his finger out his ass and actually does something with his product. I don't even know what Cardano does anymore. I'd rather own a dog with a hat. Let's go and have a look at the hat, see if it's still staying on, shall we? It's getting bid. It is getting bid. It's getting sold into on every high at the minute, though. You see this high here, and then even just, you know, even these wicks. You don't want to see these wicks, these high wicks, and then you're just getting straight reversals, you know. Scary Powell. Rude, what's up? What's Powell saying now? He's speaking today, isn't he? I think Powell's speaking. Man, I don't give a shit for crypto. I think crypto will do crypto things. Crypto will go and find demand if it needs to go find demand and liquidity. It's just the volatility is a little bit of an excuse, really. The hat needs a bit more demand. We're looking at WIF. The hat needs a bit more demand. Perps is fully bid here, but this is a messy chart. No edge there whatsoever. WIF 1.5-ish, and those order blocks are not even too big. Yeah, no edge really. No edge. Is the hat going to stay on? Let's have a look at some more memes because they are more exciting, and I am interested to look at a couple of other alts. But droppers, yeah, there we go. Pepe, yeah, bring Pepe a bit lower. Order blocks here. I'm just going to call that 0.8 because I don't know how many zeros it is. I've got my glasses on, but I think I need a new prescription already because I'm getting old. 0.8, yeah, bring it down a little bit. And this is something I'm seeing with a lot of alts. So you know when Bitcoin kind of takes that rotation and you're thinking it's possible that it can go a little bit lower. Possible, we don't know for sure. I do often see in the order flow, and this is why using this console and the data we see, I've said this before, we're more often than not quite early to seeing the moves. Very much more often than not, we're very early to seeing the moves. But yeah, Pepe down here, but I'll just call that 0.8. That's dropping. Is Bitcoin taking a... no, it's not doing anything, is it? It's hardly moving. Yeah, I'll leave it up for a second. Yeah, I'm seeing that on quite a few assets. Was it AVAX? I was looking at earlier? Yeah, you see AVAX here? Okay, so if you're an AVAX, if you're a red coin lover, I do like AVAX actually. It's got, number one, it's got really good order flow. Really, really good order flow, as you can see here. And I think it'll still do well. It did really well last year, didn't it? Into Q3, Q4 with Soyboy Solana. So I think AVAX will do well again as well. But look at this, really, really bid. So you're talking 2.5 in the ratios here, yeah? So OBD widget here, if you're not familiar, this is presented on the chart with this, as we call it, an overlay, okay? So this is a ratio overlay. So it's a calculation the guys had to do to present the bid and the ask as an overlay on the chart. Okay, so that's just what you're looking at there, just to cover that slightly. But look at this on AVAX. Really, really good bid down here. Quite a percentage away. Well, I don't even need to measure it, actually. 2.5 to 5%, but then 5 to 10% away. 93 spot market bid. Really, really good. So we're just talking about distance there from the price point. If you don't believe me, okay. So really, really solid bid down here. If I was a red coin lover, God, that sounds like a bit of a porno, doesn't it? I'll not call it that again. Sorry, guys and girls. The red coin lover, I would be looking down here, and all you need to do really, guys, is get some alerts set and then go and chill out and watch the rest of the Euros as England go and win on Sunday. Set some alerts. I would set a Alt Diamond Top Level Pro. Okay, because this is going to give you confluence. Have I even got it in here? I think I have. I think it's on that one there. Okay, so this is going to give you confluence of the spot. Yeah, you have the spot and perps market. But then I'd also, with a top level, but then I would also set spot alt double bands. Okay, so double bands. So what I'm looking for there is I'm looking for 1 to 2.5 and 2.5% to hit. Okay, and then I'm going to get a spot double band alert. Have I got AVAX in there? Yeah, we've got AVAX in there. So I've got a few altcoins in there. So chill out, go watch England win on Sunday, wait for this demand to fill, and you could have a really nice trade there. There's a few more as well. I'm not going to flick through all of them, obviously, but there's a few altcoins where they've just got these order blocks or top levels, as we call them, with demand a little bit lower. So confluence of that, confluence of, you know, I'd like to see Bitcoin a bit lower. Do I get it? I don't know. I don't really care. We'll trade what we see. But confluence of seeing altcoins demand a little bit lower, and BTC, that'd be really, really good. Right, what is the lizard coin Illuminati? Ah, yes, classic XRP. It actually came from really nice demand here. So if you were trading this, even just day trades, it's a funny one, XRP, isn't it? Because sometimes it'll move 2% deviations over a week, but then sometimes you'll get nice moves like this, but that looks disgusting, that wick, and I am on the old HA candles that I know a lot of you don't enjoy, but I'm not really into price action candles apart from straightforward horizontal daily closes and weekly opens and stuff. But this is classic XRP. Someone said in the Telegram earlier, actually, the TRDR Telegram, they said XRP pumping like this just means we're going to dump. Yeah, Brad Garlic House is, we're just in this 48 to 40 range again, aren't we, on XRP? But it did look good. It's just a trade, you know, it's just a trade. Yeah, probably going nowhere. BONK, we can look at BONK. Only issue is we don't have a spot market for it. Before I go to the old bonky bonk, I know why you want to look at BONK, Rude. It's because you're fully invested. You mentioned that in the Discord. Absolutely fully invested on $1 trillion. And it got $1 trillion supply or something. And it's got like $1 trillion supply. So it's probably going to do really, really well, but it's not going to hit any... percentage-wise, it'll move really well, won't it? Let's have a look at it before I go look at Link Marines. Yeah. Dumping. Dumping. Yeah, it's BONK. Unfortunately, we've only got perps, and this isn't what you want to see. You don't want to see these perps walls chasing down, and there's no... These guys are getting used as liquidity, basically. I'm just going to go... Let me just go to a clean chart and see where it can come to. Open interest is coming down, so that's a nice advantage for you, I guess. Yeah, I think we looked at this a while ago, didn't we? You've got this, a bit of a dubious chart, this. I do appreciate that. I'm not one to trade trend lines, but they do come in nice now and again. I think you need to see it come back into this zone, don't you, and just confirm the trend. Can you see that? Let me just go to... just let it come back. All right, yeah, you're not going to like this, but I'm just going to do that. That looks shit, doesn't it? Yeah, let it come back and confirm this trend. There's no range here at all, is there? But this white line 0.2, 0.02 is your range lows, actually in confluence with your trend as well. If you're an old fibber trader, the POC coming in around that 382. I'm not gonna mess about pulling fibs there. Yeah, range lows 0.2, 0.02, and also your trend line. So bonky bonk. This is the 4-hour chart. I would say, yeah, something like that would be really nice. And it's hit this resistance up here at 0.29, 0.3, call it, loads of times now. So I don't think that I think once it gets a run on, it's probably going to move really, really well, isn't it? So bearing that in mind, let's go back to the order flow. Skip that. Let's go back to the order flow. Yeah, nothing to see right now, but I'm looking at down here. This white line. And yeah, it's probably going to do it. It's probably going to do it. You've got that. You've got those perps offers there hanging around at the 0.229 level. So yeah, down here. I do have to mention though, you know, sometimes when I look at stuff like this, and I'm kind of thinking it can come down here. Okay, it's never something I would chase shorts down. Seeing this, I've got no edge in saying it's going to go down there directly. I just think it will. I'd prefer on stuff like this, I would never chase shorts down, even though I think the market can come a little bit lower over the coming hours, days, because I'd rather just chill, set some alerts, wait till it gets to that zone, and then rotate it back up. All right, because you never know. I don't have full data on this, unfortunately. We'll have to ask the guys in the team, see if we've just check for us. Have Binance got a spot market? They must have spot market on BONK. Must have. They must have. Let me check. BONK spot. Yeah. So we must be able to get it. Yeah, I'll ask the guys if we can get a spot market in. That'd be good. Yeah, must be able to get it. Right, let's run it back then. So what else do we need to look at? BTC, it's just battling this zone. Nothing to see here. I want to see it come down or pop up. It needs to show some strength, doesn't it? Yeah, nothing to see here on BTC. Let it do its thing. Give it a couple of hours. Doji, old school Doge. No spot bid. Interesting. No spot bid. Pretty flat price action since this move up. And this is the sort of thing you need to look for, really. You don't need to. You can do what the fuck you want. But so you've got this wick here, yeah? Oh, you've got a couple of wicks here. So deviation, absolute capitulation, wipe everybody out. Back test, higher low, interesting. But do you still come down and fill some of this zone? And what I was going to say is just try not to do business in these zones, basically. Try not to do business in these zones. You want deviations out. That's all I was going to say. No edge on Doge. ETC, what else do I need to just give us a shout if I need to look at any others. There was let me see what the old school LTC is doing. Not a lot really, is it? While I'm here, let's have a look at Link, see if Link's get any bid, because it has been. Really messy spot order flow from Link at the minute. It's really filled some bid, but these guys have been filling all the way from 13 down to 11.5 and back up. Messy order flow at the minute. Big order block down there at 11 still on Link. No edge, but it again, Link is one that did have a really good run last summer in Q3, and it was one of the ones that front ran. So Rune, Link, Sol, if you go and have a look back, I don't know if Sol did actually, but it certainly had a good Q3, Q4 last year. Link was a real front runner as it broke out that 2-year range. I'd be interested to see if Link catches some bid. It might be a good one to play. Because I do actually think if you're in to, if you're not spending your live trading meme coins 24 hours. I think Link is probably more so than a lot of assets out there, one that would be good to hold a spot bag of. One of the first ones I bought along with Bitcoin back in the day, around about the $2 mark actually. So yeah, don't know if it gets down there in one clip, but big order blocks down here, and it's getting bid all the way down. But if you're just trading perps, no edge right now. Let it come right down. Yo, Alex, what's up? CPI today. CPI invalid over leverage traders. What do you mean by invalid? Do you mean we're gonna kill some leverage traders? Yeah, I don't see why not, to be honest, if that's what you mean. Right, what else do I need to look at, guys? Is there anything else you've been looking at? I'm just going to flick through a couple of the spot charts, if you don't mind, but give us a shout. If you're seeing stuff like this, I'm just at LDO at the minute. LDO was a really good one to trade last year as well. It moved really, really well when ETH did. Of course it did. One of the coins that more often than not, you know, like ETH will do, say 3% in a day, stuff like LDO. And you can even see here, there's not much edge in this chart right now. But, you know, ETH does 2-3%, LDO will do 6 or 7%. So if you just trade in derivatives for your, to add a couple of percent here and there for your portfolio, starting to keep an eye on this stuff. And I do just want to have a look at, what was it? STX. Let's have a look at STX. Because it's been running well up, but I just want to see, yeah, not, okay. Interested to see if this catches a bid as well at the same time Bitcoin does, because it's been moving well with Bitcoin just over the last year or so, actually, as stacks. So yeah, again, just leave the chart for now, set some alerts. Don't be an alert trader. When you see an alert go off, okay, when you see these alerts, like obviously this now, STX perps alt double bands, which is this one here. All it's telling me is that perps traders are really, really bidding this. This is a messy chart, no edge there whatsoever. But yeah, don't be an alert trader. What I mean by that is when you get an alert going off, the BTC and ETH alerts can be very reliable, but obviously don't just blindly enter. The alerts are just saying to you, go and have a look at the charts. Maybe it's something you want to get a bit interested in. Okay, shorts or longs, okay? So don't be an alert trader. Just wanted to highlight that. What is blue chip uni doing? Not a lot, and actually spot sold into that a little bit. You often get that with this slow grinding price action down. People get a little bit impatient as the price action just rolls over and they say fuck that. You can just see that from this top level here. Order block. Someone's just said, yeah, fine, fucking hell, I want out, and then it just rotates down. Sol, have we looked at Sol yet? Sol deviated right back down, didn't it? I went over this in the Discord. It's really, really battling to try and get back on trend. So deviate some levels that certainly I was looking at. One thing to say is it's good to see spot coming in and retrading this. I often find that on Sol that you don't get too much edge from perps unless it's from the offer side. So when you see offers or ask from the perps traders, good sign on alt, so can be a good sign. But I do like to see spot bid from the underside. So again, you know, like we looked at AVAX, okay? Like we looked at AVAX and a couple of others, seeing these order blocks a little bit lower. Your biggest order block currently on Sol 125. Let it come and fill. Let the price action prove these levels. If you've got any short positions, did we have any? I don't think there was much. Yeah, Sol's not doing its own thing at the minute, really, is it? It's still kind of following Bitcoin and ETH, obviously. I'm sure it will have its day again. So if you've got short hedged positions from higher up, or just even day trade shorts from yesterday, like myself, not a lot to do here. Just wait for it to prove itself. Wait for the price action to prove itself. Catching some bid here, but your edge is going to come with working with these order blocks. Right, let's have a look. What's Big Boy doing? Yeah, he's coming down a little bit. Let me just have a little sip of my espresso. So what we're thinking then is everybody thinking we come down a lot lower. Is 55, 56 the level we need to be looking at? I'm personally higher time frame. I think we come down again. I do believe I think it was a little bit early the other week when we were kind of like looking at that 64k level. Do you remember I was kind of like looking for a wick under 65, hold some levels and then rotate back up, but the bid just wasn't there. But I do like where we've come to. It obviously gives everyone cheaper prices if you've got the capital to put into the market. So, you know, Germany selling or not, take it off their hands, take some coins off their hands. Yeah, we were just talking about spot. So I do like that we're coming down a little bit lower. 55.5, yo, swap, what's up? 55.5, yeah, 55.5.125, sir, and no lower. I have a 100x limit order set there. Yeah, probably. Yeah, we'll see, won't we? I'd like it to 55.5.125. That's my limit order. That's it. Yeah, we'll see. We'll see. Maybe we just base out in this area. Look, we're already building book depth, but the book depth at the minute, I don't even need to flick to the charts, is coming from Gemini and Kraken. Okay, let's have a look at them, boys. Look what are the twinsies doing. So Gemini putting a line in the sand again at 53. Okay, don't mean you have to go fill it in one clip. Kraken have taken the foot off the gas. They have filled quite a lot of bid already from back here. They've taken the foot off the gas a little bit. Kraken USDT, and again, I'm not sure which one of these does bigger volume, but again, they want a bit of a bid down here, so that'd be nice to see. Something of interest, and I do put weight on it. The URGs, Bitfinex USD, okay, USD. They're well happy to bid this area. So if it comes a little bit lower, they're very happy to bid this area. Really, really good to see it. So Qcoin have got nothing, just for reference. Qcoin are giving us no edge whatsoever. So yeah, let's see what we get. We're building depth, 490, 500 million. Do we rotate down, build some bullish divergences on the CVD, building that higher time frame liquidity chart and open interest? So does that come down a little bit lower? Funding is pretty chilled and neutral. 0.004 on Bybit, 0.007 on Binance at the minute. So pretty chilled, but nothing too negative. No rage shorting into this area just yet. And open interest looks flat as well, so not seeing that either. So yeah, let's bring it down a little bit. If we don't get a move in the coming hours, potentially a boring weekend again. So manage risk, and I'll say, you know, the last few weeks on a Monday have been pretty good, to be honest. So potentially wait for that. You know, either Asian Open can be quite good, or US Open on Monday/Tuesday. European guys, again, don't tend to throw in the volume to push the market too much. Very, very rare that you will see the European guys throw in that volume to move the market. But yeah, if in doubt, what was your last area? It was an SFP, swing failure pattern, into supply zones, perps and spot. Okay, so if in doubt, what was your last area? Supply. So what do we need to see? Not closing that yet for a day trade because I've seen no real demand yet. We'll watch the order flow as we go on today, okay? Maybe things change real quick. That can happen. We're already at 500 mil aggregated depth. Maybe you drop a little bit lower, like Swap says. Maybe it's 55.5. Maybe you tickle under 56, okay? Fill this bid depth really, really quick. Hit 1 billion in aggregated depth. Bullish volume divergences, and we start to rotate back up. That'd be really, really good. In saying that, before we log off for the weekend, let's just go and have a look at the order book changes quickly. Okay, so I'm on a 4-day at the minute. Your biggest liquidity gaps are closer to 56 there. Okay, if you're not familiar with this is lack of activity in the order books. Okay, so it doesn't mean that market bid can't come in and just start to fill these areas and you then get a bounce, but we like to see these areas of inactivity. It can often create wick space. Go and check out the OBC video in the playlist, but if I just come down to slightly lower time frames, so top down 4-day to 2-day now. Yeah, wicks under 56.5 initially, and then what you'd probably be looking at, you've got some order blocks at 56, and yeah, like Swap says, yeah, under 55.5 really, because you've got some wick space there before your next large order block that we can see on the top levels there anyway, 55. So potential wick space down here if we can get it. I don't think we just stream right down to 53k in the coming hours. I mean, next few hours or so. I don't think at all. I think it's been very. I think the price action's been very kind to us, to be honest. If you've been playing along with us in the order flow, it's been quite forgiving. You know, it's very stair-stepping down. Very stair-stepping down. 1-day OBC is going to look very similar, to be honest. Yeah, under 56.5, under 56.4 wick space there. And then yeah, like Swap says, 55.5, you've got potential wick space there. I mean, you've got other levels, but I'm not going to look at those unless price tries to get there. That's the way I kind of review that. Right then, guys, hope everyone has a brilliant weekend. I hope we do have some activity today. It'd be nice to finish off the week after such good trading conditions this week. I'm going to be posting more content in the private TRDR Academy section. I'll try and update everybody in there with trading, potential trade setups and stuff as the market flows get a lot better, and especially going into Q3 and Q4 of this year. I think we're in for some really, really good trading conditions. I think the trading conditions will probably pick up in the next week or so, actually, after this price action grind down. But yeah, go and grab a link if you've just skipped. I will timestamp this, but go grab a link from below for a free trial. And if you're tearing your hair out, really, really struggling, go and check out the Academy. There's some free stuff in there, but also there is the main Academy where a lot of data's gone into. Yeah, enjoy the weekend. Good luck to Spain. They are a fucking good team, and that young 16-year-old kid's absolutely unbelievable as well. I think it's going to be a good game on Sunday, but I think England are going to nip it, and I might have just fucking absolutely jinxed it now, haven't I? But let's all have a great weekend. I'll be around on Monday. I'm around in the socials, the TRDR socials, if anybody needs anything. Okay, and we'll do another live session in the Discord at the beginning of next week, probably Tuesday, but we might start changing it up. If the volatility really starts kicking in on Monday, like it has been, we might change the Discord live streams for a Monday to try and catch some of those moves on the US session in the live streams. All right, guys, so look, have a great week and enjoy. Cheers, guys. Speak soon.